What's up, guys? Back here with another video on Fierce Farm. Today we're gonna work a little bit on a John Deere number 9 sickle bar mower. It's a 7-foot mower. We picked it up. It's in pretty rough condition. We gotta change all the teeth, put a new pitman bar on it, change the spring, and I gotta build a drive shaft for it, or PTO shaft. So that ought to be fun. Weld up some cracks. Today we're going to work on changing some teeth. I don't have time to change them all, but we're going to change a few. So I went ahead and did one, because I've never done them before. So this is what it looks like right now. I don't have the gearbox sitting up here. It goes to the gearbox up there. Pitman arm connections down in there. And then this is your mower part, the sickle. So I went ahead and changed one here. Everywhere I read said the easiest way is to grind your rivet right here, grind it off flush, both of them, and then smack them down with a punch. So while I tried that, and I ended up having to take a hammer from the bottom and pop the blade off, and then continue grinding the rivet down till it's smooth with the cutting bar, and then punch it out with a punch then. And it worked better that way. I went ahead and bought the kit, the bolt kit, so I don't have to rivet these back on and just tighten them down. It's real simple, plug and place them. So just watch how I do this a couple times. We'll keep putting videos on of how we fix this, because this spring's broke. You can see it right there, it's broken. Stuff around here. Pitman bar broke, dry rotted or something. So it needs some work. The part that hooks to this, the gearbox part, the pin is frozen. So I gotta heat the pin and hopefully get it out. See if I can get that out of there. So when we get to that part, I'll show you guys. First thing I want to do is I want to change all the teeth. They're not all bad, but there's some parts where there is no teeth at all. It's just bar. And then I got to weld up some of these cracks. One right there. I got to put an arm on that'll roll the hay. I'll probably just make it out of PVC or something. Tighten them bolts up. So on this one, I got one rivet grinded off, but I can't pull the cutter bar over anymore without actually physically pulling it out. So on this one, I'm going to have to remove this guard here, or whatever they call this. I don't know if it's called a dog or what it's called, but I'm going to have to remove that top part anyhow to get to that rivet, and then this one. So hang on, let's do that. That's 3/8 ratchet. Helps go the right way. Rock start. Uh-oh. Right there's a problem. You're spinning. Let's see if I can do it this way. There's a rock guard. Looks to be in pretty good shape. Yeah, it's in pretty good shape. Let's see how this works. Okay, that makes sense. Square-headed bolt goes up inside. Seats. A bunch of gunk and stuff all over it. The guy I bought this off of, or we bought it off of, he never used it. He was going to restore it, and never did. He said he had too much hay to make to use a 7-foot mower. He went and bought a hay bind. I don't have money for a hay bind, so this is what we got. This is what we use. Simple as that. Let's see if I put enough load on it. No. What we're going to do about that? Maybe if I smack that sucker with a punch. Beat that sucker back up where it belongs. I don't think it worked. It did not. Oh. We got what we need done. We got it what we need to it. So. Voila, we got a blade out. So, that's what it looks like with that thing pulled back. I think what that does is keep the pressure on the bar so it can't pop up like that. So now I got the tooth out of there. I can take and grind the rivets off even further. And then take my punch, my 3/16 punch, and drive them through. Set my next blade in there and put the bolt in. I hope I never have to change that dog, because that's going to be a booger. I'll probably take some heat or a torch or something to get this nut off. Or a grinder, with a cutting wheel, cut that nut off and then tap the bolt through. Because she's spinning in her housing. But I don't have another one of them, so we're not going to mess with that. Alright, so I'm going to stop for the day because I want to go hunting. It's getting late enough where I can walk up in without spooking anything. So I did 5 of them. I got 5 more in that pack, and I got 10 down there. I got 17 more teeth to change. So I'm not going to have enough. I need 2 more teeth, so I'll have to buy 1 more pack. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to cut this one off, the one that's been giving me problems. I'm going to cut it off. Keep the rock guard and just get a new bolt put in it. Unless this part right here, see that square there? circle bevel, it goes down to a square. If the square part's stripped out, then I'll just get a new rock guard. But I'd like to keep the rock guards because none of them look that bad. I mean, they're used, a little beat up, but they're solid. They're not, none of them's falling apart. So that was what I did today. Keep going. Probably. All right, so I came back down out of the woods and didn't feel like going in the house just yet. So I came back out and I went ahead and put all the blades in I had. There was 20. Oh, my flashlight's dying. And it was all pretty much the same. I started removing these guards just to make it a little easier with the grinder. Give me a little more room faster. The only thing I learned that made it a little bit easier even past that was, especially down here, I had this dog or rock guard out here. I think that's what these are called, dogs. But I had this rock guard out here, so that underneath the cutting bar, which the blades bolt to, there was nothing. There was no support. It stopped like right here. So I ended up having to wedge something under it so I could drive the rest of the rivet out with a punch. And then right down in here in the middle, I took out I had 3 guards out. So I had a real soft spot there too, so I had to end up taking my pry bar. I would just stick it up underneath like this and just give it something to bounce off, and it worked a whole lot better. So I've gotten all the way down to there, so now I need 8 more teeth. So I'll go get one more pack, come back, and I think for this last one I was looking at it, I think I'm gonna have to pull it almost out to about right about here. So this would be out here. So it's gonna move quite a bit because it's right there. These are its rivets. So it's got to slide out here. So I'll loosen this up, and I'll try to pull it out the rest of the way without sliding this thing off the table. This thing's heavy. I about flipped it on myself about 3 times moving it around. It's not light. Oh, I might end up putting a couple safety straps on the bar itself up to the rafters, see if that helps hold it still. So other than that, I ended up deciding, since all the other guards like these here, they're not in bad shape, and most of the bolts are in good shape too. There was a couple that were stretched and bent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the guard there, because the guard's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to, I think I lost it. Probably banging around. Oh no, it's right there. So this one's okay. This is the match to this one here, where that one was spinning on me earlier. So I'm going to take that bolt in and see if they sell them bolts. I mean, it's simple bolt. It's a beveled head with a square hex to hold it. And then I'm just going to take my grinder, cut this off, and drive it out, and replace that bolt and save the guard. So other than that, yeah, I think we're moving right along in pretty good shape. Should be ready in 5 months, hopefully, to do hay with this thing. So, alright, so stay tuned.